All right, so we got some big news about Battlefield 6 update 1110. Patch notes came out today, so I'm hoping we're gonna go through this, and I'm hoping they're fixing quite a bit of stuff. But really, the big issue is those servers, the server browser, because the community that I'm in, Taw.net, we were trying to get a server going, you know, because we have our community night. But you go to server browser, and all it is just PSR bot matches. There's like 10 of them from the same dude, so we can never get, you know, we could never get our own server going, you know, because we got like 30 plus people for our community night, and we just could not get it going. So that's been a huge issue. So hopefully we're going to go through here and kind of look at, you know, what's new, what they're changing, what they're implementing. I know they said something about gadgets, so let's just jump into this and see what they got here. Followed by Season 1 launch later that day. So we are deploying update on Tuesday, October 8th, so October 28th, so next Tuesday. So between these times, players can continue to play Battlefield 6 as normal after updating, but Season 1 content and progression will unlock at 1500 UTC. Okay, so major updates for 11111, whatever. So they have improved core movement and animations, including smoother landings, faster stance transitions, better vaulting behavior, and reduced bouncing issues on landing or spawning. I was getting up on a truck, I think it was, I forget what map, but I tried to vault up there and it kept like bouncing me off. It was the weirdest thing. So I'm glad they're looking at that. It's not a big issue. I don't mind bouncing around, but it's not a big issue. Reworked weapon dispersion to better align accuracy and handling with each weapon's intended design and performance over range. These changes address cases where accuracy behaved inconsistently, such as dispersion not properly settling after sprinting and bringing overall firing behavior closer to the intended balance. Okay, significant visibility and lighting improvements, because when I'm looking out a window, like I've brought down my world lighting down, and it's still, sometimes you look out a window and you're just blinded, you know, it's just terrible. So significant visibility and lighting improvements with better exposure transitions, thank you, interior lighting, and reduced fog and smoke persistence. That helps. Audio overhaul, adding new projectile flybys, destruction, and explosive sounds. I mean, who doesn't want more explosive sounds? I'm just saying. Refined vehicle and weapon mixes and improved haptic feedback across multiple interactions. UI and HUD updates for clarity and consistency, including overtime indicators, end of round fixes, and new unlock markers for weapons and gadgets. Nice. Map fixes across multiple locations, resolving spawn animations, out of bound issues, misalignment assets, and general stability across conquest, breakthrough, and rush modes. Okay, now it's just so much, dude. Fixed an issue, combat. So it looks like they just fixed a lot of little tiny bugs. Fixed an animation delay when opening doors while sliding. You know, fixed an issue where pistols disappear while swimming. So there's a lot of stuff that they are going through. I'm not going to read every single one of these. I mean, that's insane. You guys can read. You guys can read all this. There's so much here. Clipping issue when going drone safety, third person animation when transitioning from prone to sprint. So they're working a lot. So Season 1, next Tuesday, the 28th, it's going to be a major overhaul, it looks like. Vehicles fixed haptic feedback when switching between tank weapons, fixed a visual issue where the player's hand clipped with a weapon handle when sitting in. See, it's like, that's okay. That's not, you know, that's not that big of a deal. That's not going to break. It's not going to break it for me. Fixed a rare issue where the MAS 148 glaive could block the first person view during a combat dive for the gadget. Another one for the glaive, visual issue during combat dives in first person. Fixed an issue where defibrillators appeared floating during vaulting animations. Fixed an issue where the supply pouch would sometimes not resupply correctly. Nice. Deployed gadgets are not destroyed, removed from debris piles. AT grenades now create a small sized crater instead of a medium one, and buildings can now take more hits to be destroyed by a sledgehammer. So, you sledgehammer people, buildings are not going to take more hits for them to be destroyed. So, a lot of stuff on weapons here. Weapon dispersion has been rebalanced to better match each weapon's damage profile across all ranges. Lower damage weapons will now see a slightly higher increase in dispersion when firing, while higher damage weapons will experience slightly less. Using sniper rifles with any class other than recon will no longer increase weapon spread. that was a thing that I noticed because I was running around, because it was one of the dailies, and it was just so much better, you know, sniping, of course, on the recon than other classes. But I felt like there was some kind of soft nerf or something if I'm not playing the recon with the sniper, and trying to play the sniper on a different class. So instead, weapon sway will now be during the zoom transition, maintaining balance and distinguishing recon's precision advantage. Fixing a misalignment issue with top-mounted red dot sights. Fixing an issue where mounting a bipod while zoomed only changed the FOV instead of using the correct optic. Fixed an issue where the long suppressor used the wrong attachment point cost for some weapons. Improved reticle settings for automatic weapons to make burst firing more efficient. Fixed an issue where using a bipod too close to complex geometry to throw the player off position while prone. They balanced the sledgehammer damage against rolled objects for better consistency. Fixed an issue preventing players from leaving the firing range. So they were just in purgatory. Players are just getting stuck in the firing range. They couldn't get out. I wonder if they're going to fix that bug where you can get on top of a drone with a sledgehammer and then just float down. I've seen plenty of videos about that. Maps and modes. Improve fog and smoke effects after destruction to prevent them from lingering too long and impacting visibility. Yeah, because, you know, that has happened, and I've complained about that too, like just waiting for the smoke to go away so I could actually see down the lane. Improved exposure transitions between indoor and outdoor areas for better visibility. Yes, that's what we want. I want to see when I look outside, it's not just the sun in my face. Like I said, I've turned down the world lighting, but sometimes. Squad names are now randomized at the start of the squad deathmatch. Added visible bomb meshes to armed MCOMs in Rush. Okay. Update overtime UI visualization across all modes. Fixed animation and positioning issues during insertion sequence on all maps. Fixed an issue where the game UI could display incorrect scores or fail to update during a round. Fixed the end of the round progression issue in King of the Hill. Fixed an issue where players could encounter a bouncing animation when spawning at HQs after capturing new territories and escalations across multiple maps. That's a very specific thing. Bouncing animation when you spawn at headquarters during escalation. Jeez. Morak Valley. Fixed the misalignment zipline mesh. Fixed an issue. So they did some work on Morak Valley. Siege of Cairo. Fixed overlapping territory lines. Liberation Peak got touched on. New Sobek City. Manhattan Bridge. So they are kind of going through the maps, dissecting and seeing what's wrong and, you know, fixing those little things. UI and HUD add new markers for newly unlocked weapons, packages, all the goodies that you get. Updated 3D previews for certain gadgets. Added preview video demonstrations of how gadgets work. Okay, very cool. So that would be nice to see. Added new cosmetic options for selected gadgets. Changed save and close to close and deploy menu for clarity. Because you're not saving, you're just closing it. Fixed various UI issues and loadouts. Fixed an issue where Battlefield 6 ownership XP boost did not display properly at the end of the round. Fixed multiple text inconsistencies and dog tags and challenges. And fixed an issue where the HUD would not appear when using a 6:10 aspect ratio with certain resolution. Added flick look bindings to helicopter, jet, and transport control schemes. Fixed issue where some aspect ratio settings cause transparent borders or inconsistent display behaviors. Okay. For single players, fixed an issue in the first mission. Okay, so they're touching on the campaign as well. I honestly, I haven't touched the campaign. I mean, I've heard people say that the first mission is the best and the rest is just kind of filler. Like it's just 1 out of 5, you know, it's a 2.5 campaign. It's just, it's there if you want to play it, you know, it's not like amazing or anything, you know, it's just, oh yeah, here's a campaign for you guys for, you know, just to fill that hole, you know. The game didn't come with a campaign. Yes, it did. It's just, it's over here. You know what I mean? So Portal, here we go. Fixed an issue where the host experience screen did not display the Portal experience. Image fixed a crash that could occur if a party leader started a Portal server while content packs 01 and 04 were disabled. How dare they? Improved loading times for the server browser experience info tab to ensure joining functions properly. And corrected a spelling error in the message shown when attempting to join a unavailable server. Now, for the Portal, I know they posted something a couple days ago about them working on Portal, and they see the feedback that's going on. They know the issues and they are working on it. So I know that was a whole separate article that they're doing. So we may have to go back and look at that again. Audio, they fixed a bunch of audio stuff, delayed, incorrect ambient, destruction sounds, fixed an issue with firing range dummies, So they really touched on a lot of audio stuff as well. So this announcement may change as we listen to community feedback and continue developing and evolving our live service and content. So yeah, I know they're probably going to add a lot more stuff to this list, but audio, they got a big fix on Audio Portal. They're going to be working on that single player for you single player people that have played the campaign. Let me know in the comments if you played the campaign and you enjoyed it or what you thought about it, because I haven't started it yet. So UI and HUD, I'm glad they're making changes to that. They've touched on some of these maps here in modes. I haven't played too much of these smaller squads, squad deathmatch, things of that sort. I'll play it if I'm waiting on some buddies, like, their match has got like 10 minutes left or something. I'll jump into a squad deathmatch, just to get warmed up or pass the time. So I'm not just sitting in lobby looking at all my, my stuff. So weapons, they worked on some weapons here. I really like that they touched about the inconsistencies. Where was it up here? Major updates about, significant inconsistencies with the firing and stuff. I'm glad they're looking at that and reworking that. Lots of player changes here as well. So, and they're going to be adding more to this as we get closer to Tuesday for the season 1 launch. So looking forward to that. And it looks like I like the direction that we're heading. I think the biggest thing right now for communities within Battlefield 6 is that server browser and not being able to, really this, TAW.net, we were trying to get the server going. We were trying to, we got, everybody is online. They're ready to go. It's Battlefield 6 community night. Let's make it happen. And it just would not happen. So hopefully they can make that change here soon. So a lot of good stuff coming up. A lot of good things that they're changing. I'm looking forward to it. So season 1 is going to be very exciting. We get all of those new maps. There's a bunch of footage of these new maps. A lot of players have already played these maps and played different modes and stuff across these maps. So you can, if you really want to see these new maps and see like a more boots on the ground, players actually playing them, you can go and watch those videos right now. But because there's already other creators that are, have played them, been playing them, and have been testing them out. So, but that's going to be it for me, guys. So as always, like and subscribe. Hopefully I'll see you on in game. If you see me, please don't take my dog tags. But hope you guys have a great day, great night, wherever you are. That's going to be it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about these updates. I'm looking forward to all of this. I'm looking forward to all of this. Season 1, I'm ready for it. So you guys have a good one. I'll catch you later.